Hello guys, welcome to DTW tutorials. Welcome. So today's class we're going to be taking coordinate geometry. Okay, so welcome to today's class. And also, if it's your first time in joining us in classes on this channel, DTW tutorials, you are welcome. Please try to subscribe. Okay, DTW tutorials is a YouTube educational channel that helps students with their JAM maths, your WAEC maths, that's your WATS maths, post-UME, GC, NECO, and we offer some mastery and some discoveries, okay, just to stimulate our mind. So please, you're welcome, and just try to subscribe to follow us so you'll be notified on every video that we upload on this channel. So don't forget to click on the notification bell. Okay, so today's class we're talking on looking at coordinate geometry. You know, the first thing we have to know about what is geometry. Okay, I know geometry is simply the branch of math that focuses on measurements and relationships in points, lines, angles, surfaces, and solids. And you know, you have different branches of geometry. You have circle geometry, you have plane geometry, and definitely what we are discussing today in today's class is what coordinate geometry. Okay, so what's coordinate geometry? You know, coordinate geometry deals with points and lines joining them. Okay, where we have, you know, in coordinate geometry we deal with the Cartesian plane or your coordinate plane. It can be called that. Okay, so where we have this particular axis, which is your vertical axis, your vertical line is known as what your y-axis, and your horizontal line here is what your x-axis. Okay, so your coordinate plane is two-dimensional. You know, we have three-dimensional planes. Okay, so we will have your y and what x axis. Okay, where your y is the vertical one and x is what the horizontal, and where your y-axis and x-axis meet is known as what your origin. All right, and to locate a point on your Cartesian plane, let's say you're given point A, which is what 20, 15, which it means what x, what, and y. Okay, where to locate x, they say x is 20, so you come to your x-axis. You know, this is 20, and let's draw something like this, just some dashes. Then your y is 15. You come to your y-axis. The point on your y-axis is 15. So okay, we point this out. So this is a point on this coordinate plane. That is point A, which is at x as 20 and y at 15. Okay, so this is how you locate a point on a two-dimensional plane. Okay, so in coordinate geometry, there are different things we can find on the coordinate geometry, which is your midpoint, gradient of the line, which is also known as slope of the line, and your distance between 2 points. Okay, and several other things, but today we're focusing on your midpoint, gradient, and the distance between 2 points. Okay, so let's go to our next slide, which we're going to be talking on midpoint. Okay, let's clear our screen. All right, so how do we find a midpoint of a line segment? Don't worry, in the next video I'm going to be taking several past questions on JAM. Okay, because coordinate geometry is majorly on the JAM, a little bit in WAEC, but not too deep, just surface. But in JAM, it's quite it's the main syllabus in JAM. That's why I'm treating this, to prepare you for your forthcoming JAM exams. Okay, so this midpoint, this is the coordinates of the midpoint of the line joining 2 points. Let's say, for instance, we have a line A as what x1, y1, and we have another line B, that's another point, sorry, where we have what x2, y2. So let's trace this point on our Cartesian plane. So let's just say, okay, let's just assume, let's forget about the numbers, let's not give it any numbers. Okay, so let's assume this is point A. We're trying to trace point A, so let's give this as what y1 and here x1. Okay, so let's trace this. We have this, and let's give this as y2, and let's stop here as x2. Okay, this is the x-axis, and let's trace this. All right, trace this down here. All right, so what do? we're looking for the midpoint of a line joining 2 points. So this is point A and this is point B. So this is our line. Let's draw a line, okay, joining the 2 points. Okay, this is the 2 points. So we're looking for the midpoint of this line. To find the midpoint of the line, you can use a ruler. If you're doing a proper graph, you can easily get the midpoint. But if we're just giving questions on our JAM, there's a formula. Sorry, this line isn't straight. There's a formula to get your midpoint. Okay, where the midpoint here, let's say it is y bar, and what here is what x bar. To get the midpoint of anything is just simply dividing it by 2. Let's say you have a banana here which you want to share between you and your brother, a sibling. Okay, all you need to do is just divide the banana by 2, and that's the midpoint. Okay, the midpoint of the banana. Okay, so the midpoint of this line is simply what? Divide the line by 2. And to divide, it's simply just saying what? y1 plus y2. To get this midpoint is y1 plus y2 divided by 2, and you're going to get your midpoint y bar. So y bar is equal to what? y1 plus y2 divided by 2, and x bar is equal to what? x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So our midpoint is just simply this. Once you just solve this, we have what? X bar comma what? Y bar. Okay, so this is how we find our midpoint. All right, so this is the formula you use to find your midpoint. Please kindly note all these formulas by heart. Okay, so let's go to the next thing to find in coordinate geometry, which is your gradient of the line. Okay, gradient of a line. Okay, so to get the gradient of a line is just the sloping degree of a line joining 2 points. Okay, let's draw the line again. Okay, let's say this is y1, y2. Okay, let's say this is x1 and x2. Okay, so let's trace this here, down here, trace this again down here. Okay, and let's draw a line. So the gradient of a line is just a sloping degree of a line joining 2 points, where this is point A and this is what? Point B. All right, and to get it is measured by taking the ratio of the change in your what? Vertical axis and what? Your horizontal axis. Okay, so we're going to draw this where we have n here. Okay, so we're going to take the change of what? Bn, which is your vertical axis, divided by an, which is your what? Horizontal axis. So it's just the ratio of what? Bn over an, which is what? So your slope, which is known as what? M. Okay, this is symbol of slope. Okay, written as M. Let me still write it here. Slope or gradient. Okay, so let me change this color. Okay, so it is what y2 minus what? y1 over x2 minus what? x1. So is the change in what? Your vertical axis divided by the change in what? Your horizontal axis. So it is y2 minus y1 divided by what? x2 minus x1. So this is the formula of your what? Slope. So where y2 minus y1 is what? Bn over an. Okay, so this is how you get the gradient of a line or slope of a line. So when you see anything, slope and gradient is the same. Okay, so to get the gradient or slope of a line is simply what? The change in what? Your vertical axis minus what? The change in what? Your horizontal axis. Okay, that's between the two points joining that, making that line. All right, between these 2 points. Okay, so let's go to the next and final thing we have to look for in coordinate geometry for this class, and it's on the distance between 2 points. Okay, so how do you get the distance between 2 points? Now this can be taken as the length of the line segment joining any 2 points. Okay, so let's say we have 2 points again. Let's say we have y1, y2 and x1 x2. So let's trace this. You know, we have to draw this for proper understanding. Okay, and this is our line. Sorry, this line isn't too straight. All right, okay, let me make it straight. Take this off, take this off. Okay, this is our line. Sorry again. Okay, so we have this point A and point B. Okay, and let's trace this down here, and we have this as another point, what, N. All right, so from here, to get the distance between 2 points, that's this point and this point. Let me use another color here. So this point and this point. How do we get the distance? Remember, this is a right angle triangle. Okay, when we trace this out, it is a right angle triangle. All right, that's A, B, N. Is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. Can just put this here. It's a right angle triangle. All right, and you know, when you have a right angle triangle, you can easily get this side, which is your what, hypotenuse. Okay, and to get your hypotenuse in a right angle triangle, we apply what, our Pythagoras rule. And our Pythagoras rule says, you know, this is the distance, this is BN, and this we have AN. Remembering from our former looking for this gradient of a line, BN is simply what, y2 minus what, y1, and AN is simply what, x2 minus x1. Okay, let me write this down. BN is what, y2 minus y1, and what, AN is equal to what, x2 minus what, x1. Okay, so to get our hypotenuse, which is what, AB, and which is what, the distance between what, the 2 points, that's the length of this line joining any 2 points. Okay, so our AB, following Pythagoras theorem, will be what, AB square is equal to what, AN square plus BN square. Okay, where AB will be equal to all square root of what, AN square plus BN square, where this will be what is AN? AN is what, x2 minus x1. Okay, so we have all squared bracket x2 minus x1 all squared plus what is Bn? Bn is what, y2 minus y1 all squared. Okay, so this is it. This is the formula to find the distance between 2 points. So when you find your questions in JAM, they said find the distance between 2 points, just know that what they are just saying is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, finding the hypotenuse. Okay, where you just add up. You just add the squares of this, the opposite side and the adjacent side, and you square root it, and you get your distance between 2 points. Okay, so thank you for staying tuned to today's video class. See you in our next class, where I'll be taking several JAM past questions on the topic coordinate geometry. All right, so thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You are destined to win. Bye.